Hi, my name's Tina Gillies. If I can ask you all to mute yourselves, that would be great. We seem to have a little bit of feedback at the moment. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is the self-management of arthritis, particularly osteoarthritis. So you may have heard people say they have arthritis, but there are two very distinct, there's a multitude of arthritis, but the two main arthritis that people will tend to suffer from are osteoarthritis, which is a wear and tear on the joints. That's what I'm going to speak about today. And then also rheumatoid arthritis. So rheumatoid arthritis is very systemic throughout the whole body, has a list of different things, not just that affect the joints, whereas osteoarthritis is a joint problem, and somebody could have it in one joint, they could have it in multiple joints. So you might have arthritis, you might know somebody with osteoarthritis. And what I thought I'd do today is just give you an insight into some of the problems that people with osteoarthritis may have, some of the ways that people can manage these symptoms themselves. Yes, they might see physios, they might see doctors, they might be on a plethora of pain relief and different pain managements. But when I was a physiotherapist for 16 years, osteoarthritis was something that people would come to me with of all different ages. Okay, it's not something reserved for the elderly. Okay, as you know, I work with Forever, the aloe vera company, and some of our products are really useful with osteoarthritis, and I will tell you about those towards the end, and then I'll allow for any questions as well. So there's various causes of osteoarthritis. Yes, aging is one of them. As you get older, you have much more likely going to get osteoarthritis. If you're overweight or obese and there's more strain going on your joints at any stage in your life, then that can increase your risk of having osteoarthritis. If you've had an injury in the past, so for example, I snapped my anterior cruciate ligament at the age of 19, and that led me to have very, very severe osteoarthritis, bone on bone, in my left knee, purely from one injury that caused damage to the joint. So that's quite common, and that's how young people can have osteoarthritis. You can get it from overuse, repetitive movements of a specific joint. So a tennis player, for example, that's doing a lot of, tennis hits, forehands, backhands, could quite likely end up with elbow arthritis. It's quite common in physios that we end up with arthritis of the thumbs because we are repeatedly treating people using our thumbs to mobilize and manipulate. Some people, it's due to joints that don't form correctly, and that could be just the way they're born, or again, due to injury, and then those joints just aren't shaped in the right way. It could be genetics. There could be a family history of osteoarthritis, and it could be due to participating in contact sports, impact sports. So a lot of running puts a lot of strain on the ankles and knees and potentially the hips. So that can lead to arthritis. So it's about a balance of maintaining strength, healthiness, and being active without doing too much of the impact things. Boxers often end up with arthritis in their hands. Rugby players will end up with arthritis in all sorts of places because they're running on hard ground and getting bashed around. So any of those contact and impact sports. It could even be people that work in manual labour. So brickies, labourers that are bending a lot, lifting a lot, can end up with arthritis in the joints of the spine. So there's lots and lots of symptoms that someone with osteoarthritis can experience. Joint tenderness, so just a kind of achy soreness of the joints. This is quite common in the hands, maybe for someone that's not even done impact or contact sports, but maybe they've been a typist. I know you don't get typists now, but they were maybe a typist, that was their job 20, 30 years ago, and now they're using keyboards and they're doing still a lot of typing, and they will have joint tenderness. That could be arthritis of the hand joints. Increased pain and stiffness after sitting or lying in one position for any amount of time. So, do you or someone wake up in the morning and one particular joint is very, very stiff? It's hard to get that joint going. That's different to just generally feeling a little bit stiff and achy in the morning. That could be that you just need a new bed or a new mattress. But if one joint is particularly stiff, that could be osteoarthritis. Sometimes people get sort of slightly enlarged or knobbly joints. So that could be on a knee or the knuckles in the hand. Again, that could be osteoarthritis. Joints in the hand can also go quite knobbly through rheumatoid arthritis. So if you do know someone that's all of their hand joints are very, very kind of bulbous and knobbly, probably worth them getting it checked out. Grating and crackling sounds or sensations in your joints can be osteoarthritis, but it can also just be nothing because there's a fluid in some of the joints that can, elicit a bit of a cracking sound. Often with that, by strengthening the muscles around that joint, that cracking or grating can subside and go away. It doesn't mean you need treatment for osteoarthritis. If you've got a reduced range of movement in one joint or a number of joints, that could be because there's wear and tear on that joint and it's no longer moving properly. And also if you have weakness or the muscle bulk has gone in one particular area. So if you notice that one thigh muscle or one calf muscle, for example, is thinner than the other side, even if you've not noticed particularly lots of pain, that can be a sign of wear and tear osteoarthritis. And also any joint that gives you pain, that pain will actually inhibit the muscle from strengthening properly, and it will actually cause muscle wasting. Pain leads to the muscle just not doing what it should. So if you've got some arthritis, it's actually really important to find out how to strengthen the muscles around the joint that the arthritis is in. So how do you manage osteoarthritis? You're not going to get rid of it. You're not going to cure it. When that wear and tear is there, that wear and tear is there. Okay. There, you will see some people have surgery. You can have a hip replacement for hip arthritis. You can have a knee replacement for knee arthritis, but that's an end, that's a kind of not a last case resort, because these surgeries have really, really improved. And, you can now have a hip replacement that lasts 30 years. Years ago, it only lasted you 10, and then you had to have it done again. But not looking at all the surgeries, how can you manage and, look at yourself holistically if you or somebody has some wear and tear in one or more joints? So maintaining a healthy weight is really, really important, because if there's excess weight going through any of your joints, that's going to lead to more wear and tear on the joints, and it's going to lead you to more pain, and it's going to be that downward spiral. Now, that's easier said than done, but it's something that you need to take into account and seek help if you're looking to improve your osteoarthritis, your pain. I'd say that's the first thing to look at. Okay. And I'm very much about, everyone's beautiful, everyone's gorgeous, the number is just a number on the scales. However, if that number is too high for the strength of your body to cope with day-to-day walking around or doing the activity you want, then it's worth speaking to somebody to see how you can get stronger and take some of the weight off. So get a bit lighter, get a bit stronger. Controlling your blood sugar. Okay, so if you're someone that has problems with diabetes or just general swings in blood sugar, maintaining your blood sugar as well as you can. And even if you've not got diabetes, it's really important to control your blood sugar. That's going to help with managing the symptoms of osteoarthritis. Moderate regular activity and exercise is absolutely key. So to maintain or improve your fitness level, but also make sure that your muscles are doing the jobs that they need to be doing. And sometimes people with arthritis pain do less, the pain gets more, they get weaker, they do less, the pain gets more, and it's very much a downward spiral. So again, it's about seeking advice as to how you can increase your activity and your exercise without giving yourself loads more pain. Sometimes you're going to do something that causes a little bit of pain, and that's absolutely fine as long as you're not in agony for 2 days afterwards. Sometimes it's okay to feel a bit uncomfortable, feel a little bit of pain, but then as the weeks go on, you will see an improvement. Strength training is really, really important. So you can see on the slide there, weights 2.5 kilograms, 1 kilograms. They don't have to be big, heavy weights. Some sort of resistance where you're going to start to do some strength training can be really, really beneficial to your joints and your body generally. Protect your joints. So if you are in a contact sport or a job that is going to be damaging of your joints, then speak to someone and look at how you can minimize the damage to those joints. And it's no good saying, well, that's just the job I do. Okay, speak to whoever is in charge at your company or in your sports team and say, look, I think I'm getting a problem with this joint, and see what they can put in place to protect that. And wherever possible, choose a healthy lifestyle. Nutrition is absolutely key. And generally, if you've not got good nutrition, you're going to feel tired, you'll get dehydrated, and it will lead to poor health overall. And so all of those things can negatively affect your daily mobility. And again, this isn't dependent on age. You could be 85, have great nutrition, have gentle, walking or exercise every day or 5 days a week, or, whatever works for you. And you could have really, really good daily mobility. Or you can be 25, be too heavy for your joints, poor nutrition, be dehydrated, and you're going to have, a less healthy lifestyle and more joint problems when you get older. So fueling your body correctly is absolutely essential for your general mobility and sports performance. Now, there are people that are participating in sport to quite a high level, and they could have arthritis as well. So arthritis isn't something that's saved for, you know, people that don't do anything. Okay, but so moderate strength and exercise and healthy lifestyles really, really important. So we have a few products that can help people with these various problems that you may have with your joints. So our first thing that is absolutely fantastic is Forever Freedom. So aloe vera, which is naturally anti-inflammatory. Aloe vera is naturally pain-killing. It's a general health tonic. Combined with that, glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM, which are joint compounds. This is really, really great to support joint health. So if you know of somebody that's got the wear and tear on their joints, or they're in that impact and contact sport, and they want to prevent or sort of support their joints as much as possible long term, Forever Freedom is an absolutely fantastic product. If somebody would rather take a tablet, or they can use this on top of the Forever Freedom, we have Forever Move. And this is natural eggshell membrane mixed with turmeric, okay? But it's actually mixed with something called curcumin. Didn't pronounce that properly, okay? But it supports joint comfort. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It's clinically tested, and people got results in as little as 7 to 10 days with this. So you can see the range of movement went up and the pain went down. So I take both of them. I take the Forever Freedom and the Move, because I just want I don't want a knee replacement before I'm 60. Arctic Sea. Omega-3 really, really is important to support lots of elements of your health, but it's really great for your joints. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It supports your joints, and it can really, really help your joints to feel more comfortable, which is going to enable you to be more active, to enable you to sort of do some strength training and have that upward spiral rather than a downward spiral. If you're looking for something to put on the aching joints and the aching muscles, MSM gel is a natural anti-inflammatory. So starts off with aloe vera, then MSM is a sulfur compound, which is really, really soothing, helps the joints, help the muscles to feel better. I use this again on my knee. I also use it on my back because I get an achy back, and it really does make me feel better. It's clear. It doesn't have any fragrance to it. So you can put it on whenever you want. Nobody knows about it. Aloe cooling lotion, on the other hand, has a definite smell. It's menthol, eucalyptus. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It's got a little bit of that MSM in, lots of aloe. And this is great if you've got pain, you can put it on, and that nice sort of, it says cooling, but it's that kind of hot cold that you get if you're sort of sucking a kind of peppermint or something. Bear with me. Looks like my laptop's about to die. That's not very good, is it? And it really can be soothing for joints and muscles. And again, because it's natural, you can put this on as many times a day as you would like. So thank you for listening. Whether you or somebody you know has arthritis, wear and tear, aches and pains, then I'm happy to have a chat at any point, see how we can help and enable people to just manage their arthritis, take control of that. And I can't replace the doctor. You know, you still need to see the doctor if you need any actual medical advice. But with my ex-physio head on, and my knowledge of products that can help, then I'm more than happy to have a chat with anyone. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, Laura.
I was just going to ask you to elaborate a little bit on the blood sugar thing. How does that impact upon
Your joint?
Yeah.
Basically, blood sugars move like swinging around, like jumping up, jumping down. They have an effect on how your body deals with everything, basically. So if your blood sugars are all over the place, it can have an impact on your hormonal health. It can have an impact and have quite a noticeable effect on inflammation levels around your body. So obviously both those things then have a knock-on effect to joints. So yeah, blood sugars and sugar in the food we eat, you know, and it is so yummy, isn't it? You know, sugar and fat, you know, all the yummy stuff, it is that. But sugar more than fat will have a negative knock-on effect.
Thank you. Sorry, I was just curious.
Oh, no. Thank you, lovely. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I was just going to say, Isaac's big brother is a type 1 diabetic, so we definitely see that with his joint problems and blood sugar levels. And it's amazing because we monitor it sort of hour by hour, the difference it can make.
Yeah, anything that's systemic through your, that's really interesting actually to hear, like, you know, a live version. Anything that's systemic through your body, such as blood sugar, will affect everything around the body.
Including your mood.
Mm. Because it has an effect on how you feel, your hormone, you know, and again, you get that downward spiral, don't you? So good luck with that, Claire.
Thank you.